Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Today we are comparing the Oasis, Hermes Oasis to the Hermes Oran. So you guys can see I have these two pairs in my hand. I've actually had them not for that long, and I got these ones I think last year. It was for my birthday, I think, and then since then I wore a few times for the summertime, like during the summer, not too many times. Like the sole is pretty dirty, but I can tell you guys more about that. So I bought these. I wear a few times in the summer, and I did put on the like a 3M protectant stick, like protective film on top of it. And I didn't like it at all because the shoe kind become very slippery, and it just feels like, the whole point is to kind of protect the sole, to make it last longer, or maybe give you a little bit more traction. Maybe it's the film that I purchased, but it really didn't work well with the orange that I purchased. I feel like it just made it more, like, not only it made it more slippery, it kind of also made it more like almost worn, I think, in a way. I think once you get these shoes, and if you do intend to just like wear them and use them, don't worry about damaging the sole, because I mean, ultimately, like these soles are sort of similar to like vachetta leather. Once they get like water on it, stay on it, it will just like, it's no longer perfect. So I think it's, why bother keeping them perfect if they're not designed to be like that. um so I actually ended up taking off the 3M protectant from the sole part, and from the heel part, sorry, heels, and it made it worse because the residual glue or the residual stickers on it kind of make it sticking to like hairs and other stuff that almost just make it worse, like, to be honest. So I'm kind of mad at myself for trying, because I feel like that is a common practice a lot of people do. Some people, there were like advice against it too, but I, being me, thinking, oh my god, they are brand new, they're perfect, I kind of want to keep them that way as much as I can. So I put it on, and then it kind of backfired on me. So the soles are not in great shape right now, but everything else about the shoe, though, like um the actual like surface part, it's in perfect condition. It's very nice, like smooth leather, no scratch. They're actually a lot more resistant than I expected, because it is like a smooth box leather. I think it says box, right? um which, let me go get the box anyway, like, which I thought would be very prone to scratches or to like damage. But let me just bring it out. So it is. So these are the, normally most of my items, you guys know, are purchased online, but these are the only shoes my parents and husband actually went to Montreal store to buy for me. I think it's kind of funny because, I mean, they didn't ask for any bags or actually keep contact with any of the sales associate. They just, because I've been wanting these Oran for so long, but they're just so freaking expensive that I didn't think I would actually ever buy. But now actually I can share another tip with you guys down the road, like at the end of the video, about buying Hermes items. So so it says Vol box, so it is box leather, and I thought, it would be easy to so they come with these like shoe holders and stuff, and obviously the dust bags I can show you guys as well. But it's nice. It's very like luxe for sure because of the leather as well. It has contrast stitchings, which I also think it's very, very beautiful. But like I said, the only regret that I had is the fact that I put on the sole. So I feel like it made it more slippery, so harder to walk in some surface. So my advice is to leave it alone. Anyways, but I have more story to tell on that as well, because not long after I got these Oasis, which are really, really worn at this point because I took them to my Asia trip, and these are kind of the only heels, like only shoes that I took with me. And I wore them so much, like probably way more than I should be, and I didn't put any sole protectant, so they look really, really worn right now. But again, the surface, the top part is in perfect condition. which I'm so surprised because the roads over there, it's, you know, not as nice. Like it's not uneven. I feel like I've constantly bumped into things. So I was sure the tip of the shoes are somewhat damaged, but they're actually pretty good. They're in perfect condition still. So in this one here, it's same thing. It's in black with contrast stitching. It just comes with a little bit of a block heel. So you have a bit of height right here. And I'll do some mock shots for you guys really quickly. But essentially, these are both in size 36. And I'm normally a 35.5 or like 36, but I find for slides and for sandals, because in the summertime your feet will also swell up a little bit, I would recommend to go a little bit higher. I would say though, if you have extremely skinny or narrow feet, probably consider, well, obviously with any shoes, I would always recommend you to try on if you have the opportunity. But if you have very skinny feet, I know a lot of people complain that they kind of just like slide through and the toes will kind of peeks out. It's a little bit of problem for me like that, but not too much. I feel like I can still manage to kind of fit my toes within the shoes, but it is slightly wide for sure. And then there's the other problem. Like, I think there are people with feet that are a little bit wider and they find a lot of areas uncomfortable. These are probably not the most comfortable slide, and not the most comfortable slide I've ever worn or walked in either, because as much like they kind of have a little bit of a cushion in the body of the shoe, but it doesn't do a whole lot. And when you walk in these slides, your heel will keep hitting the back heel part, and the shoe is pretty rigid, so it doesn't give you a lot of nice curvy support on your feet. Not only that, it's slippery, and it's also it's also pretty hard to walk in. So I would say the new change that they've made is in the past, so it's similar to the Oasis that I have here. They have like 2 patches of leather, and then for the Orans, but I do like that now it's 1 piece of box leather. At least that way you won't have like this piece coming off. Like with a lot of older shoes, the second part of the shoe will start to peel off with time. Like, I think generally it's fine, but like I said, I've been wearing these even in rain a few times, I think, and it's still okay, but the sole has patina kind of because of that. But overall, I think it's still like in fair condition because how much I've worn these shoes. So I can give you guys a quick, obviously some comparison and some like differences. So like I said, both of these are in box leather, and the Oasis, as you can tell, does have the 2-tone color. I don't believe they actually, no, they do have ones with the 1 color, but they're kind of in the transitioning phase. So when I bought mine, it was still in the 2-tone. And I didn't purchase these in store. I can tell you guys more about that later. But, and then the Orans, obviously they are flat. There's no height to it. And same thing, this is in the gold color with white contrast stitching. And one of the biggest difference to me on this shoe is the toe part. So the Oasis, the toe is round, and the Orans are flat, like our square toe. And I do find because the round toe, it makes the shoe a little bit more feminine. I don't know if that makes sense or at all. So my preference is the Oasis. However, I've been wearing the Oran way more, so I feel like, it kind of depends. I do like the height, slightly of the height, for myself, because I'm not very tall. But in terms of actual just like the design or the look of the shoe, I do actually prefer the Oasis over the Orans. The Orans do have, again, same thing, a little bit of cushion, but it's not as much. It's like very minimal cushion, and I feel like it does get pressed down as you walk in them. So I'll do a quick mock shots for you guys. The Orans are flat, but I don't know if you guys can see. I think you can see. But this is kind of the overall look with these. And like I said, I picked them both exact same shoe size, and I feel like they work really well. Like if I try to push my like feet out, it doesn't slide out too much. Like my big toe will be sticking out a little bit, but really not that bad. And I like that my entire feet can fit inside the shoe. Because like I said, normally I am more like a 35 and a half. I can, like all my other designer shoes, actually a lot of them are 35. But like especially the ones like you need the heel part, like the what is it, the espadrilles, the loafers, I like them like more fitted. So those are 35, but these, both these pairs are 36. Yeah, 36 exact. So these ones here, I'll show you guys how they look on. I do like that there is a bit of height to it, but not much. So it's still very comfortable to walk around in. And I can tell because I've worn these so much more, like they already mold to my feet a lot better compared to the Orans. So very similar in terms of how the H kind of forms around my feet. And my toe, you know, kind of sliced almost just tiny bit outside. But overall, my entire feet is sitting well on the surface of the shoe. So I hope you guys can sort of see. It's always tricky with like shoes. I don't even always do mock shots, but these are fairly easy to go on and off. So I'll show you guys. But yeah, so these are the Oasis. They're, you know, very similar in packaging, box, dust bags, nothing else too fancy, but that's pretty much it. What else can I tell you guys? I mean, like I said, if I have to choose between the two, I probably prefer the Oran style, even though I am a bit shorter. But I'm glad I have both in my collection because I do feel like I wear the black ones quite a bit as well, no doubt about it. Would I recommend them? Yes, but I don't think I would pay the full price unless, like, obviously, if you're building a purchase history towards your Birkin Kelly's Constance, then yes, I would say go for it because I do think, you know, for most people, the slide style is quite comfortable, quite casual. And another reason is that they actually resell pretty okay on the secondhand market compared to a lot of other products in their lines. So these pairs, the black ones, I actually did get from a reseller. I paid really good price for them too. So the tips that I want to share with you guys is that if you do like certain Hermes items, there's always people who are looking to resell brand new full set Hermes items, more like privately, secretly, just because you're not really supposed to be doing that at all. If you have a sales associate, they will tell you to not sell your item that may impact you getting a quota bag and whatnot. So a lot of people try to do that more privately through like Facebook groups or chats or things like that. But if you look hard enough, you can find these at like 60%, like 40% off or 50% off even sometimes. Some of the items, necklaces, jewelries, especially those expensive jewelries like with diamonds and things like that goes for thousands, you can find those for 50% off if there are still a few pieces that you're interested in, or watches, you name it. Basically, people are buying these items, not everyone, but a lot of people are buying them to build their purchase history, but how much do they love them? Once they get the bag, they probably gonna start do a closet clean out and then do sell a lot of these items at a discounted price when they're in brand new conditions. Oh, belts is another really good one. So since then, once I discovered this whole new space, I realized, that's another reason why I haven't been like shopping online as much, because I do find most of the items, if you like them, you can find a seller who's willing to give you at a much better discounted price. But obviously, if you're building your purchase history, or if you are the type of buyers who wants to always buy directly from boutique, there's nothing wrong with that. Go for them. I would still recommend the Orans over the Oasis. But if you're simply just hoping to get a pair of shoes and then you're like me, don't want to splurge over $1,000 on a pair of, sandals or slides, you could definitely look into buy from a reseller. Again, always be safe and buy from someone reputable. Even at consignment stores, you can find these at discounted price, brand new. So yeah, that's my kind of little tips to share with you guys. But today is the review on the Oasis and Orans, and I hope you guys find that somewhat useful. Yeah, I do think they are very classic. They can go with a lot of outfits, and I would recommend for you to add in your closet. All right, we'll talk later. Thanks for watching. Bye.